Hi Virgo, welcome back for your September reading. If you're celebrating a birthday this month, happy birthday. Now, let's have a look at your energy. Okay, now straight into your reading. Although last month we would have been experiencing a lot of retrograde cycle, some of it is still in that kind of aspect, and if I have time I will try and do a video connected to that. But with your energy moving forward, what you're coming into the month with is really a sense of, meditating on those areas. So at the beginning of the month, you're going to find some of those areas that were in highlight last month, you're still going to be to a degree reflecting on them, and definitely moving through the eclipse. A lot of us were releasing energies and moving forward from that. So that energy is going to be with us in some shape or form, moving us forward for a good 6 months. So whatever we've learnt, whatever we've had the aha moments in, these are the areas we're going to be addressing for the next 6 months. So with you guys, you're being able to visually see where there are flaws and plans, where there are blocks, and where troubles lay ahead. So you've actually got a map for your future at this point in time. It's now trying to use that map, instead of looking at it as mountains, look at it as, okay, well, they're the key spots. Now, what solutions do I have to those areas? Now, the funny thing is, the two cards in which I pulled, one of which was your third eye. Funny enough, it's third eye related. It's you're not seeing something, you're sensing something. So it means that it may be fear-based in some aspects, but you do need to learn to trust your intuition, okay? Your third eye chakra is there. It's just you feel, you're sensing trouble. It might not be something you visually see, but it's sense, and it's your third eye because it's your intuition, okay? So please pay attention to anything you're feeling in that area, because that's really going to guide you through this month. And if you can have those aha moments, especially with Saturn being quite strict, it's going to help you actually gain control of your life and the direction you wish for your life to move in. Now, try and hyperlink the cards into each other to tell you how it's going on with you. Now, in the area of your passions, your pursuits, and your vices, you're meditating, okay? You're in hermit mode. I'm coming into the beginning of the month, and you're really meditating on, okay, you know what you want, you know what you don't want. And now you can see a road you are curious to move down, a passion, you know what you're passionate about. Now you're looking at it and you can see a wall. Now through that wall, what you're going to do is you're going to meditate and use your intuition. Even if you can't see the way through, what it's going to do is it's going to shine light on how to do that, okay? It will give you the clarity to be able to do that. It can also be that you're looking back on areas that you did have passion and you weren't invested in them, especially last month if they came up into highlight, and you're going to be looking at them saying, okay, well, where was the flaw in that plan? Although I had love, passion, desire, and a drive for that, be it in work or love or any other area in your life, although you might have been mourning a situation that didn't come through according to plan, and this could have been from 8 years ago, because some of the planets were directly connected to childhood, some energies of past lives, some energies of approximation of 8 years ago. So it had caused a change of plans, and it has caused a change of plans, but you're like, okay, well, we're at the foundation point now, so where to from here? Now, you're trying to gain that clarity, and I feel this month you're going to really be, looking over things. It can also be that you're having sympathy for people that maybe had hopes connected to dreams that were shared and something didn't quite transpire in the way it was. And this could be very much a past tense energy, because when we're going into meditation, into what our passions, our desires, and our pursuits are going to be, maybe even what vices we used, it's that we're having compassion for ourselves that we were human, as well as compassion for other people, but it's like we're doing a 360 and we're having a map view of our whole life, where it was to where it is now, and deciding upon what we're going to do from here. It's almost like you're reinventing yourself. So that's why it's been so challenging for so many people, is we really are reinventing ourselves. Now, in the area of money, you know you're wanting something to be different. And for some of you, this is a new venture. It's a gut instinct. It's a vibration of where you had felt stuck for so long, and suddenly you're saying, I have an intuitive feeling, but you also have a sense that in the area of money, you're reaching for the stars and you're wanting more. You are leaving behind options that didn't work and you're moving towards something that does, but you're not 100% sure that it's going to be successful. The funny thing is though, because you have the experience of the areas that perhaps weren't successful in the past, you are using those as a tool to reapply to the new. So it's boding better in an aspect of success. With money this month though, be very clear of your tensions with the cash component, okay? So if you're not paying attention to your bank and your finances, it can cause conflict. Okay, it is giving you a fresh start. Some of you will be starting new jobs or manifesting in a new position or manifesting new ideas, even business ventures. In your area of health, you guys are coming into the month being quite fertile. So if you are wanting to have a child, this is a very fertile time for you, as well as a time to gain fruit from all the hard work you've done in the area of health. You also may have some ideas in mind of how to get your health back on track to where you want it. But some of you will be experiencing pregnancy. Okay, this may also be an idea of maybe with diet. It can be multivitamins. It can be certain things where you might be getting a flu shot or something to that degree, because it can be making you feel a bit run down. So if somebody is pregnant of this zodiac sign, again, because of that, you may have some telltale signs and some feeling of unwellness. But I am being shown something to do with caution of what you're consuming, and the consuming aspect of it is from an energy point of view, because of where your frequency's at. It can be a time where you can get flus and bugs, more so at the moment. So try to not get yourself run down. Try and keep your chakras aligned, and try and get some fruit and vegetables into your diet, even if it may be something very simple like a smoothie. Now, what you're working towards. Now, this can be your physical 3D job, or it can be an area of life of something that you're working towards. For instance, where I was talking for your love, your passions, and your pursuits, this can be you're reflecting back over the past, but you're also reflecting where you want to go. And especially in the area of money, this could be really reaching for the stars and starting something different. Now, it can be in the area of health. But whatever you're doing, it's going to, although there may be a delay, because you're in hermit mode, right? There will be a delay, okay? But there is going to be strength in this position. So if you're currently working in a position, you're trying to pour good, healthy energy into it. There may be delays in it progressing to that next level, but it still is there nevertheless. If you're moving from one position to another, again, it's about meditation, it's about the process, it's about the groundwork, and that is moving forward. But, what you have in a sense of tools, even though at the back, similar to this, what you're leaving behind, you're using that wisdom and reapplying it to the new. It's the same situation in both cards, okay? But you are tired. Don't be super critical to yourself though. Yes, to a point where it's moderated and it's healthy, but not at an agitated level where it's going to impact you or others, because that won't serve you well in a sense of helping you, even though you are very fatigued, very tired in your health, okay? Some delays coming through, some frustrations, but it is moving forward. So don't get to a point where you're thinking, oh my gosh, is this going to move forward? I feel vibrationally, yes. As long as you keep your frequency correct and you believe in yourself, it's possible. Spiritually speaking, whatever energy you put in is what you're going to get out this month. But if you're giving too much out and not getting enough back, spiritually it's going to knock you for 6. You're going to get fatigued. It's actually asking you to realize that you have power in this domain, and any way in which you act, what we put out is what we're going to get back out of it, okay? So if you can keep yourself balanced and give yourself some time for this hermit mode, the meditation, you will gain the clarity, and it's going to keep you balanced in order to create this happy new beginning. Now, what you're not seeing in your month, what is blocking you? Now, this is interesting. For some of you who have been waiting for someone to come back in, the block that is there that you're feeling is reunion, okay? But it's actually not, because it's in reverse. So what's blocking you could very well be yourself. It may not be a relationship. So if you are in a relationship, that's not what's blocking you. It's actually supporting you. And even if you're in separation, that is what's supporting you. So what I'm being shown is the block is actually you this month, in keeping yourself balanced and understanding where you have the power, being okay with you trusting in your own intuition and directly having the time out if you need to. And then that way you're going to be able to use your energy to move forward. Now, the unseen of what you're not seeing is that you have moved beyond certain things. Okay, the unseen is you're going to realize that you are going to gain consistency by using this energy and having the time. What it's going to co-create is forward movement for you. The unseen is you won't realize how much work you've actually done. But that process may be that if you need to go into hermit mode and something transpires, it may be you don't feel that you're in such a festive mood when it comes to celebrations or birthdays or anything to that degree. And it may be that somebody is, I shouldn't even tell you, throwing you a surprise party. Okay. Relationships and the energy of love. Now, you're being cautious in the area of finances again. So financially speaking, what is blocking you, I feel, I wouldn't even call it blocking. I would more call it you being mindful and responsible for your domain. That's what I'm feeling. So that's what your crowning energy is coming into the month in the area of love, be it with someone who you're with or with someone you're waiting to come in. Or that person who you're drawing in energetically just from a spiritual point of view. Okay, you're overcoming that aspect of temptation and the old ways of doing things. So you are doing a mass transformation. And I did say that at the beginning of the reading. A lot of you guys are feeling like you want to take the bull by the horns and you want to take your life back. So you're being super strict with yourself. You're also, instead of looking at the obstacles as obstacles, you're looking at them as direct challenges, but they're not challenges from universe. They're challenges emotionally, spiritually, and physically. You have morphed outside of yourself to take as a challenge, and it's almost like I can hear it, game on. It's like you're ready to do the work. Okay. Those of you who are single and you're waiting for someone to come in, this area is going to come up for you this month. Now, it may be you're thinking back to what a relationship is and how it actually looks, be it you're in the connection or you're not. You're utilizing your energy in a very different format this month. You're actually being more uniquely you, be it you're in the relationship or not. You don't have to separate with the person to hold this energy. You can shift the energy back onto yourself, but it can be a mental disconnection, a spiritual disconnection, or a physical disconnection. But how you utilize that energy is within your power. So if you need to mentally have some time out to do this work, and it can be that you're working away, some of you, it can be that you're changing the way in which you're living, and I feel that's very relevant for you guys. But you're also going to try and keep the balance between what you give and what you take. So it's coming back to a more equal give and take scenario. Some of it is going to come out of left field and you're not going to see it coming. Now, this person who you're having these emotions and connections with, they're being very rational about what's going on. They're being very practical and they're very understanding. Now I'll pull some clarifiers. And what I am going to do is I will record an extension reading for you guys and put it on the website. Okay, you have a lot of changes coming, Virgo. It's through choice though. You're very focused on your money at the moment. It's almost like you're quite angry with yourself of where life has come. And it's like, I'm feeling like you're very driven by the cash component at the moment. And I don't, it's like it's going to be highlighted this month. It's like it's a need to for some reason. It's either you're looking at the way you are working and not at a money level, or people are needing upon you at a financial level and you're looking at it that way. So it can be either way. But money is highlighted for you. It can be due to a fact that at some point in time there was a family dynamic, family crisis, or being left out in the cold at a financial level. So you are creating a nest egg, or you're wanting to have that aspect of a nest egg for rainy days. Now, you're being more adult about the way you're looking at certain areas. And you also know that, you know, there is a celebration coming up. And you do want to be able to keep the balance between the responsible and the let's get loose and party mode. Be careful around that time, because I feel there's going to be a heavy expense of a particular item, and I don't feel it's birthday related. Okay, because you're going to be regretful if you don't use that energy correctly. Okay, your partner or the person who you're thinking of has great hope for this connection. And in the other side of the reading, which I'll have on the website, I'll do the extension and I'll do an in-depth love reading. Okay, guys, if you're wanting a booking, the link's below.